I'm here with Brad Bosker, Training Manager for Schmidt Realty Group. Today we're going to talk about our Realtors Board MLS system.
Our MLS system, yes. Yeah. And the system we use right now in Edmonton is called Paragon.
Okay.
So this is our primary software tool as realtors. This is
where realtors go to see all the listings.
Go to see the listings, go to input the listings, go to interact with the MLS system, more or less, right? So it's where we go with our buyers, where we're setting up really detailed searches.
So I'm assuming you're on this a lot.
Oh yeah, every day, multiple times a day, absolutely, yes. Yeah, and I think for especially newer realtors, getting to know the system in depth, not just a passing, here's how to use it, but here's how I can do a nuanced search to find a specific thing, that kind of thing, right? So when we're working with buyers, of course, a lot of this is about setting up effective property searches. How do we set up a search that's going to show them what they're looking for, and preferably not
without you having to go through every listing, right?
Yeah, or manually watch for new things to arrive, that kind of thing. Yeah, but also how to set it up in a way that's going to reflect their must-haves.
Okay.
That's going to send them properties that have the potential to excite them.
Right.
And not just, send them absolutely everything or micromanage the search too much where they might actually miss a really good option.
Okay.
And so when you load a listing into the MLS system, which we here do in Paragon, there's literally hundreds of fields we fill in.
Okay.
So on the searching side of things, it's important to understand what those fields are, how you might search for something, how there might be
multiple ways to search for one thing. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes you can search one way and you'll find 40 options, and you search another way and you'll find 20 options. Wow. Or sometimes you'll set up 2 searches so that between the 2 you'll find all 60 options, depending on what
quite
it
nuanced.
is. Yeah, so that's a huge part of using the Paragon system. Of course, on the selling side, inputting our listings into the MLS system, managing the amount of interest, the amount of exposure your listing is going to get, that can be a little bit of an art too, right? Loading your listing in a way where if buyers are looking for a certain feature, or if buyers are searching for that feature, if they're going to look at it in one of 3 or 4 different ways, how can I make sure that that feature that this home has, that this buyer is looking for, that buyer is going to be the one finding that feature? And then, of course, Paragon does so much more than that, right? Paragon
because you can also see sold properties, right?
We can see sold properties.
Can help you with pricing?
It's our core tool for doing a comparative market analysis, a CMA, right? Because value is primarily dictated by what buyers were willing to pay to get something similar in a similar area, right? So looking at solds, looking at listings that are on the market, active competition, looking at properties that hit the market, were not successful selling, and then came off the market. That can be important data too. So we can see every listing in the Edmonton area going back to the late 1980s.
And I assume this is also where you'd go to set up showings. If you're going to be taking a buyer out.
Yep, we have software integrated directly into Paragon that will let us book showings and manage showings. We have software built in that will allow us to interact with the information the city of Edmonton and other municipalities make available to us.
Great.
So we can see things like assessed size, assessed value, those kind of details. We interact with a variety of other software tools that are integrated directly into Paragon. So for example, we have a software tool called GeoJet, which shows us a variety of things, but the primary one we use it for is lot dimensions.
Oh, okay.
So for selling a property, we need to know, is this rectangular? What kind of frontage do we have? Is it a subdividable lot?
Right.
Is it appropriate for redevelopment? Is there enough space to build
And we can trust that information is accurate because it's coming from
directly from the city of Edmonton through the software tool called GeoJet. And so there's a ton of these tools integrated into it as well.
So very important to have a good handle on it.
Exactly. And when we bring in new realtors and they're learning our systems and they're learning how to find a footing in real estate, becoming extremely competent in this tool as soon as possible is a critical priority for us, right? Because business can come right away. We love it when business comes right away. And so being able to use this tool competently is a really important foundation to build a variety of other skills, like how to do a CMA and that kind of thing. So for us, doing extensive training in this as much as possible and doing it as early in the training process as possible is a big part of what we do here, for sure.
Great.
Yeah.